Our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibbal is now joining us on the phone line for more details on that story. Siddhant, this is a clear case of Indians cleaning up the mess that the Pakistanis left behind.
Well, yes, it's a very symbolic and a move in which the Indian community in UK came together and jointly, in a voluntary effort, made sure that the Indian mission is cleaned up. Remember, the protest took place on 3rd of September. This is the second violent protest which took place in a matter of 1 month by the Pakistani diaspora in the United Kingdom, and India, of course, strongly had taken up the issue in Delhi and in UK as well. We know that India had summoned the Deputy High Commissioner here in Delhi, and in UK we saw how the Indian High Commissioner met the top officials of the Foreign Office. But by and large, what happened today, it shows that how the Indian community can come together and make sure that that they can solve and, of course, send out a strong message. A strong message has been sent not only to Islamabad but also to the Pakistani diaspora there, which has been staging a strong protest, violent protest. In fact, remember the protest which took place on 3rd saw the vandalization of the Indian High Commission's property as well. We saw that the Indian High Commission in a tweet showed a picture of window pane being broken by these violent protesters. And in fact, the evidence was also shared by the Indian High Commissioner with her counterparts in the Foreign Office in London. But by and large, we have seen that Pakistanis are continuing to support. In fact, the protest which took place on 3rd of September was announced by the Pakistani Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi from the National Assembly of Pakistan. And despite assurances given by the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson last month to the Indian Prime Minister, the violent protest took place. Remember, last month we saw before the G7 summit where the bilateral happened between Boris Johnson and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. There was a phone conversation between both the leaders in which the Indian Prime Minister had strongly raised this issue of the protest which happened on 15th of August on India's Independence Day, in which a lot of Indian diaspora members who had come to the Indian High Commission to celebrate India's Independence Day were caught inside the High Commission. They were, in a sense, they were blocked inside the premises of the Indian High Commission because of these violent protesters. And these protesters, of course, are backed by clearly Islamabad. And the big question is, will the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, apologize for the events which have taken place, whether on 15th of August or whether 3rd of September? We saw a muted response by the British government. Of course, the British Foreign Secretary had spoken in the Parliament, said that this incident is something that the British government would not like. But we also saw the statement by the British High Commission. The British High Commission, in a statement on 5th of this month after the protest which took place, said that these protests were largely peaceful, but peaceful protests the window panes of the Indian High Commission. And of course, now we saw how the Indian community came together and in a strong show of solidarity made sure that they clean up the mess created by these violent Pakistani protesters. In fact, the Indian High Commissioner has expressed her gratitude to the Indian community for coming forward to make sure that the entire space is cleaned, and of course it's back to normal.
Diplomatic correspondent joining us for the latest on that story. Thank you, Siddhant.